Thank you so much for joining us today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and the following practice is a live recording of a class over Zoom. If you would like to join us for live classes, please go ahead and hit me up in the comments and I will send you all the information you need to join us for free. We do classes live twice per week. The following practice is a nice, gentle, down, low flow. You don't even need a yoga mat for this practice. You could do it lying down on a blanket on the floor or even on your bed. So go ahead and get comfortable in a nice reclined position and we'll get started. So just go ahead and bring yourself down to the mat, and really this practice, if you're just on a blanket or a rug, this is going to be a great practice where you're not going to have to worry about having any kind of traction or anything underneath you. You could even probably do what we're going to do tonight on your bed. I don't think we're going to get too crazy today, but we are going to start in a constructive rest pose. So you can take your hands to your belly and your soles of your feet on the mat. And then just kind of walk your feet out, heel toe them out towards the edge of the mat, just enough so that your knees can kind of fall in on one another to support each other. So you're sort of getting length here in the front of the hips and the hip flexors. And just maybe kind of press your triceps into the mat or onto the mat, just enough to lift the shoulder blades and kind of snuggle them in. And then just tuck the chin a little bit to have the neck be nice and long. And bring your hands to your belly and just let your arms rest by your sides with your elbows bent. And if it feels good to you here, go ahead and close your eyes. And let's just take a few nice, deep, cleansing breaths. You can inhale nice and big through the nose, and when you exhale, you can exhale out the mouth or out the nose if you like, maybe even with a sighing sound, kind of a big inhale and a big exhale. Just do that 2 more times, just inhaling through the nose, letting those hands rise as the belly expands. And let it go out of the mouth and just drop it. 1 more time. And just allow yourself to kind of be soft here and restful, and just know that taking this kind of time out for yourself is not selfish. It's absolutely 100% necessary. This is just as important as walking on the treadmill or lifting weights. It's all part of a balanced body that is in homeostasis, nice and balanced. And we have our 2 parts of our nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, which allows us to act and respond, and our parasympathetic nervous system, which allows us to heal and restore ourselves, so that we've got this nice, supported, balanced harmony going on in our bodies. So taking this time is really, really important. And one of the best ways we can get our parasympathetic nervous system on board is with the breath. So let's just find a nice, balanced, soft breath here. Just inhale, expanding the belly into the hands. And exhale, and just let the belly button come down towards the spine. The next time you inhale, go ahead and kind of count in your head how many beats it takes for you to inhale. So it might be something like inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, and see if you can match that same amount of time. So Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it might be 3 beats or it might be 6. It doesn't really matter as long as you just kind of cultivate this nice balanced breath in and out. And just focus on your breath and let this practice be kind of a moving meditation. Sometimes it's really hard to quiet our minds, but that's where we get the best rest and restorative effects. So if you just keep your attention on your breath and your body as it moves, you can make this a nice moving meditation for yourself. And if you do find your mind wandering off, just bring it back to your breath. No judgment. It's going to happen. Just notice it happening and come back to counting your breath. And we'll just find 3 more full balanced breaths right here before we move any farther. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting it be your breath. The next time you inhale, go ahead and heel toe your feet back to parallel to one another, knees pointing up towards the sky. We're just going to kind of rock the pelvis just a little bit here. So if you tilt the pelvis towards you, it comes kind of towards your face. And as you dip the tailbone down, the pelvis rocks away from you. So you're kind of tucking the tailbone, the small of the back, the low back presses flat to the mat here. And as you rock the pelvis away, the low back starts to lift up off the back. And just visualize that pelvis, that pelvic bowl rocking back and forth. We're just loosening up the low back, nice and gentle here. We don't want to just jump right in and start getting really deep when we've been likely sitting in a same position for a lot of the work hours of the day. So we just want to gently start to warm it up, bringing it in and out, and then maybe even moving with the breath. So slowing it down and breathing in as you draw the tailbone down and lift the small of the back. And exhaling as you press the low back to the floor and tilt the pelvis towards the heart. Inhale, expanding, lifting that low back, maybe starting to make some bigger movements as you exhale and rock inward. And then we'll just take the hands down by the sides and maybe walk the feet in a little bit closer to the sit bones. And we're just going to do some rolling bridges just to open up that low back a little bit more. So inhale here with the low back lifting. And as you exhale, you can tilt the pelvis towards you, press into the feet and lift the hips up towards the sky. And then you can inhale, rolling the back down 1 vertebra at a time. And then we'll try that with a little different breath. So come to kind of a neutral pelvis here. And this time lift the hips with the inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up towards the sky as you breathe in. Rolling 1 vertebra at a time down to the mat as you exhale. We'll just keep rocking and rolling there and choose the breath that seems to work the best for you. There's no right or wrong answer here, just whatever feels natural in your body. So whether you lift on the inhale or the exhale isn't the issue. It's just which way feels good to you. And the next time we come back down to the earth, we'll take a full breath here. And then let's all inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips up towards the sky and lifting the arms up at the same time. Fingertips are pointing up towards the sky and we're holding here in a nice, soft, low bridge, just opening up the front of the hip flexors here. Continuing that nice, balanced breath. Inhale one more time and bring the backs of the hands up overhead, bringing the arms alongside the ears, maybe bringing the hands all the way down to the mat. And as you exhale, keep the hands there and just roll one vertebrae at a time back down to the mat. So the arms are extended overhead. Your feet are parallel, knees up towards the sky, back is supported by your mat. And then we'll walk those feet out a little bit wider here again, and we'll just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Just getting nice and long, moving nice and slow, like you've got a windshield and it's some very misty Oregon rain. You don't really need them on super fast. And maybe start to move the knees with the breath. Inhaling as the knees come up towards the sky and exhaling as they go to one side. Inhaling back to center and exhaling to the opposite side. And then maybe move the head too. So inhale, knees point up to the sky. As they go to one side, gaze out over your opposite shoulder. So when the knees go left, the gaze goes right. And when the knees go right, the gaze goes left. Just getting a nice little twist here. If you want to add a little more core work here, you can really tap into the core as you move from side to side. Next time you inhale, brings the knees back to center. We'll walk the feet back in. Inhale the arms up towards the sky, fingers pointing upward, and exhale to bring the palms all the way down to the mat. Let's go ahead and do a little figure 4 here. Let's inhale, and as you exhale, draw one knee and then the other in towards the heart. And actually, I think we have a couple more things to do before we get into our figure 4 stretch. So let's just kind of rock back and forth here a little bit, getting a little massage across the low back. Maybe bringing the knees in really close to you will get the massage going a little bit higher up towards the middle of the back. And maybe if you have the knees a little farther away, you'll get more of a massage on the low back and into the hips. And then we'll come to the center here, and we're just going to cup the knees in the palms. Next time you inhale, just straighten the arms and notice the knees coming away from the heart. And when you exhale, draw them back in towards the collarbones. Inhale, arms straighten, knees come away. Exhale, arms bend, knees come in towards the heart. And now maybe add that nice balanced breath here too. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever your count is. And then exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just letting it be nice and slow. We just kind of noticing all of the sensations along the way as you move nice and slow, getting out of that activity of the day. And then let's go ahead and bring the feet back towards the earth and take
a nice big inhale and just stretch everything out really long. Your basic good morning kind of a stretch here. Just getting super duper long, maybe stretching the right side of the body so that the right hand and foot are coming away from one another, and then stretching long through the left side of the body, almost as if you're climbing a ladder here. One more big inhale here, and let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. And now we'll do that figure four. So hug that left knee in towards the heart. And you can interlace the fingers around the front of the shin here. And just hold it here for a moment. Maybe rotate that left ankle in one direction and then the other. And then we'll turn the left knee out to the left side and bring the ankle to the top of the right thigh. Standard basic figure four stretch right here. And this might be enough. If your hips are kind of tight, this might be all you need today. And we'll just maybe take that left hand, take the heel of the left hand, and maybe even press the thigh away from you a little bit. Maybe encouraging just a little bit more space in the hip flexor. We do tend to hold a lot of stress in our hips, not just because we sit all day, or at least I do. I sit most of the day, and that can be a contributor to tight hips as well. But also because when we are in a stress response, our bodies tend to contract. And so those muscles are always engaged. So this might be enough right here. Or if you want to go deeper, you can lift the right foot from the floor, take that left arm and put it through the space between the thighs and interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. And just kind of hug that right knee in towards you. And again, this might be enough right here. But if you want to go a little deeper, you can hug those knees in a little bit closer. If this is a little uncomfortable for the left knee, you can engage the feet, kind of flexing through the heels, and that will help engage the supporting ligaments around the knee. So if it is pinchy and you notice this gives you relief, then I highly encourage you to do that. You might even begin to move with the breath here a little bit, inhaling and straighten the arms and kind of pressing the hamstring into your fingers, and exhaling, bending the elbows and drawing the legs a little bit closer. Inhaling to press away. Exhale to draw inward. Feet can be soft here if it's okay for your knees. Just move nice and slow with the breath, or stay in a nice stationary position if that feels better. And then we'll go ahead and inhale and straighten the right leg. It might come all the way straight. It might have a little bend in it, whatever feels comfortable for you, but do flex that right heel and kind of press the sole of the foot up towards the sky as if you're walking on the ceiling. Get nice stretch there in the back of the calf. Just opening up the back of the knee here. One more inhale here with the legs towards straight. And as we exhale, we'll just bend the knee and let the foot be soft. Inhale to straighten and press the sole of the foot towards the sky. Exhale to bend the knee. One more time, inhaling to straighten the leg. Exhale to bend the knee. And then we're going to keep the legs right where they are, but release the arms. Open up. Oh, I still have my Red Cross name tag on there. My daughter should have told me. She usually did when she was younger. We'll open up the arms here. Palms can be up or down, whatever feels good in the shoulders. We're going to inhale right here. And as we exhale, we're just going to twist the legs over to the right side so that the sole of the left foot comes down to the mat. And the right knee is kind of just outside that left ankle here. If this is a little too intense, you can always draw the knees a little farther away from the heart. Or if you want a little bit more sensation here, you can draw them closer in. And you can use that right hand to draw the left knee in towards the heart a little bit here. Or you might even see what it feels like to press the left knee away. Or maybe even kind of rock that left knee back and forth a little bit. And you might even notice you get a little spinal adjustment here as if you were at the chiropractor. So if you feel any snap, crackle, pops happening, and as long as it doesn't hurt, it's just a free adjustment there. Just a little bonus. If it does hurt though, stop doing it, please, 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 please. And we'll just take 3 more nice balanced breaths here in a nice stationary, soft position. You can gaze out over that left palm as you find your balanced breath. And just notice where you might be tense or tight or holding on or exerting effort here that you don't really need to, and see if you can soften that a little bit. You might soften the jaw. You might soften the fingers, the shoulders. And after you've found those 3 breaths, we'll go ahead and take that left foot out from underneath the right knee and stack the left knee on top of the right, bringing those ankles in line with one another. And then use your next inhale to bring the knees back up to center and just hug your shins and maybe draw the nose towards the knees a little bit here to realign the spine and the hips and the neck. And then we'll put the left foot down on the mat and we'll hug that right knee in towards the heart. Soften the shoulders, soften the muscles of the face. Maybe find some rotations here in the right ankle in one direction and then the other. And then we'll bring that right ankle to the top of the left thigh and just open up into a figure 4 stretch here. And maybe begin to press that right thigh away with the heel of the hand, or maybe you might want to use the knuckles and give yourself a little massage here. Whatever feels good to you. And if you want to go deeper, you can thread the needle, bringing that right arm in between the thighs and interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh, and maybe even switching how you normally interlace your fingers so your opposite index finger comes on top. And either flex the feet to engage those ligaments around the knees and protect the knees, or take soft feet if that's okay for you here. And you can stay right here in this nice static position, breathing your beautiful balanced breath. Or you might want to inhale and straighten the arms and press the left leg into your hands, and then exhale to draw it inward. Inhale to press. Exhale to draw inward. Notice what you feel in the right hip and the left hip, maybe the calf, maybe even a little stretch in the shoulders. Next time you inhale, let's extend the left leg up towards the sky, flexing through that left foot. Just think about that left thigh, that femur bone, just really planted nice and solidly into the hip socket here. You might have a soft bend in the knee. Knee might be a little bit more straight, doesn't matter. We just want to flex that foot and find as much extension as is comfortable here, just finding your edge. One more inhale right here. And the next inhale bends the knee, softens the foot. Inhale to extend and flex. Exhale to soften downward. Inhale to extend and flex. Exhale to soften and bend. And then we'll keep the legs right where they are. Spread the arms out into a nice wide T, palms up or down. Inhale here and exhale the legs over to the left side, bringing the sole of the right foot down to the mat. You can hug that right knee in towards the heart here. You might want to turn and gaze out over that right palm, getting a little bit of a twist all the way up and some movement in the neck here. You may want to press the knee away a bit. You might want to draw it in. You might want to stay in a nice static position here or find some movement. When you've had enough movement, if that's what you decide, go ahead and find some stillness and some softness and 3 more full balanced breaths. Noticing where you can soften. Maybe your hold on the leg, maybe the muscles of your face. Maybe the shoulders. After you've found those 3 nice big balanced breaths, let's take the right leg out from underneath the left and stack the knees, stack the ankles. Inhale the knees back up towards the sky. Hug them in. Maybe invite the knees towards the nose and the nose towards the knees. Just realigning everything. And then we're going to go ahead and come to a seat, so you can just roll to one side or the other and press yourself up into a comfortable seat, or you can take the hands to the backs of the thighs and rock and roll up and down your mat and get yourself a nice little massage across the back body, whichever you prefer. And we're going to come to a comfortable seat. So whatever that means for you, we can come into just a cross-legged pose. In yoga, it's called, or in Sanskrit rather, it's called Sukhasana. Or you can come to Siddhasana, which I really like, which is one heel kind of drawn in towards the groin, and then the second sort of right in front of it and stacked over the ankle, the heel over the ankle sort of. And it's going to be different in everybody's body because everybody's leg length is different. But this kind of allows me to have my knees level and my hips level. If you have a blanket or a pillow or something nearby, you might want to sit on that to elevate the hips a little bit more and create a little more space. It really does make a nice difference and makes this really comfortable here. So we'll just come to a nice, tall, beautiful spine here. We'll notice the contact of your legs on your support that you're sitting on. Bring your awareness to the base of your spine, maybe closing the eyes if they're not already, to just really bring your attention to the base of the spine. And maybe draw your inner eye up along the spine and just imagine you can create a teeny tiny bit more space in between every single vertebra. Getting taller and longer as you move up the spine. Let's roll those shoulders up and back and down a couple of times. And the next time you roll them back and down, really anchor the shoulders away from the ears, almost as if you're trying to tuck them into your back pockets. And we'll draw that chin in towards the heart and notice how that creates length in the neck as a nice long extension of the spine. Maybe even imagining you've got little elf ears here and the tips of the ears are pointing right up towards the sky, or maybe Vulcan ears, depending on your genre of choice. And we'll find that nice balanced breath here once again. And then let's go ahead and walk the fingertips out from the hips a little bit to support us. And we'll just inhale and raise the left arm up alongside the left ear. Stay for a full breath and really draw that shoulder blade down the back. One more inhale here, and we'll just bend over towards the right, maybe pressing into the right palm and really pressing that left sit bone down into your seat so that you're really anchored here. And you can get super duper long from the hip all the way up to the fingertips. You can be facing forward, or you might want to look up towards your left tricep, or you might want to look down towards your right hand, whatever feels good in your neck here. Next inhale brings the left fingertips high to the sky. Stay for the exhale as the arm comes down, and then we'll inhale the right fingertips up towards the sky. We'll take a couple breaths here. Again, just exploring a little bit of gentle movement in the neck, seeing what feels good here. Next inhale brings the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale floats the arm down. Let's go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. However you're sitting, bring the opposite foot in front. We'll find that nice tall spine once again. And let's do a little bit of seated cat-cow here. So we're gonna arch the back and round the back. So as we inhale, we'll arch the back, draw the shoulder blades down even further and lift the heart. And as we exhale, we'll round the back, drawing the belly button towards the spine and bringing the chin towards the chest. Inhale, arching the back, opening the heart, maybe lifting the chin up towards the sky, getting a stretch across the front of the throat. Exhale, rounding back, chin to chest, really noticing how much space you can create between the shoulder blades. And just continue to move here with your breath. You can keep the movements subtle and gentle, or you can make them really big and expansive, whatever feels good here in your body. Inhaling to open, exhale to round back. We'll inhale right back to a nice tall spine here. Take another deep breath in. Let's come back to that awareness of the balanced breath. Breathing in and matching the length of that inhale with the length of the exhale. And then let's inhale the arms high to the sky, up alongside the ears. And then we'll just exhale and turn the palms out and let them float down towards the earth. And once again, we'll inhale, lifting the arms up high to the sky. And we'll exhale, just letting them float down towards the earth. Inhale high to the sky. And as we exhale, let's just twist over towards the right, bringing the heart kind of in line with that right knee here. And as we exhale, let's just float the hands down. Let the fingertips come wherever they naturally fall. So rather than holding on to the right knee and forcing ourselves into the twist, we're just going to have it be a nice, soft, gentle twist. You might want to look back over that right shoulder. Every time you inhale, see if you can get just a little more length in the spine, drawing those shoulder blades down the back, tucking the chin, lifting the tips of the ears towards the sky. And every time you exhale, maybe deepen the twist any amount more, or maybe just soften into it. Even though we've got this nice, strong spine here, where can we be soft? Can the shoulders be softened? The skin of the face, the forehead. One more inhale, one more exhale. And then we'll inhale once again, arms high to the sky, coming back to center. And we'll exhale, just twisting over towards the left, heart kind of in line with that left knee. And I say kind of because that's the general direction that we're going in. It might not get quite in line with the knee. And then we'll exhale to just float the fingertips down to wherever they naturally land. And find that length in the spine here. Inhaling and exhaling to soften, maybe deepen, maybe gaze back over that left shoulder. Two more breaths here. Maybe tapping into that balanced breath that we cultivated at the beginning of our practice. Next inhale, floats the arms up towards the sky. We'll bring the palms together and down to the heart. Let's just draw those shoulder blades down the back, tuck that chin, reestablish a nice even seat here. Let's just notice the contact of the palms, the contact of the fingers, the heels of the hands. Notice the breath. Next time you inhale, let's release the hands and kind of hook the fingers, bringing the right hand in front and the left hand in back. So they're sort of hooking in towards one another. And we'll inhale and draw the elbows away from each other. Again, lifting that heart. And then we'll exhale to press the palms back in. Inhale, once again, the right hand comes in back this time. And then we'll exhale to press the hands together. Inhale, right hand comes in front, draw away, lift the heart. Exhale, pressing palms together. Inhale, right hand in back and pull. And we'll just do that 2 more times in each side. Just getting a little isometric work in here. Don't really like to use the word work. An isometric practice in here as well, which can be really balancing for the nervous system because we're having to really use both sides of the brain here. Next time your right hand is in back is the last time. We'll press the palms together here, and then we'll release the hands down to the knees. Let's just take kind of a seated shavasana here to wrap up our practice today. So or you can come to the back once again if you prefer to take a full shavasana. We're just going to do a little guided meditation here.
So just sort of thinking on springtime. I'm wearing my garden shirt today. I'm looking forward to planting some veggies this spring. And just thinking about planting seeds. We've got this beautiful earth, we've got the sunshine, we've got the rain, we have everything we need. And so we water it and we feed it and we give it plenty of light. And then the seed grows. And so as you maybe think about your breath, that nice balanced breath, you might also just ask yourself, if you are so inclined, what seed are you planting in your life today? What seed are you watering? What seed are you tending to? What seed gets light and nourishment? And as you soften the fingers, soften the skin of the face, relax the jaw, and find your balanced breath. Just maybe think about what seed or seeds you're tending to. And if maybe they need a little more light or a little more water, always being willing to adjust. Maybe with that seed, that intention, you might take that off your practice today from your mat or your support where you are. And just take that with you out into the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and see if you can tend to that seed a little bit more lovingly, a little bit more nourishingly, and with just a little bit more attention. And in the tradition of yoga, I invite you to inhale and raise your arms up alongside your body, bringing the palms up and overhead, bringing them together, and exhaling the hands down to the heart. Namaste means the light within me honors and respects the light within you. Namaste.